Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome back. This is Daily Trading Analysis with a quick market update for today, Monday, 15th of July. We are starting a new week, the second half of the month of July. And on Monday, today we don't have any big economic data. We got the New York Empire State Manufacturing Index coming at minus 6.6%, basically as consensus and as the previous one. And right now, since 12:30, there's Powell taking a speech, and right now I'm seeing a little bit of comments on in terms of progress of inflation, this year's expected economy to slow and inflation to continue to make progress. Now that inflation has come down, we will look at both mandates. Remember that the Fed has two mandates: price stability, inflation, and labor market, strength on the labor market. And in that line, in that regard, Fed Powell is saying that if we were to see unexpected weakening in labor market, that would merit reaction from us. Basically, cuts. If the Fed waits for inflation to get to 2% to cut, it has waited too long. So basically, dovish comments from Powell, and today price action was pretty bullish because basically we got, let me just adjust. We got a big push of the Nasdaq based on the almost assassination of Trump. So regarding political sides, I'm not going to enter into that. And basically, the economic impact of a Trump victory, it's more and more being priced in the market. Trump has policies, economic policies, more bullish than bearish, and it's going to be good for the markets if Trump really makes a second mandate. The same for Bitcoin, which right now it's pushing 4%, 0.60 today, and yesterday and the day before, since the almost Trump assassination, it's going pretty bullish. So basically the Nasdaq today, it tried to go higher. This was a pretty decent move, but then I don't know what happened. Honestly, we dumped and dumped and dumped and rejected and continue dumping. And right now that Powell is making remarks, is speaking, volatility is going to be pretty high. So let me just recap what happened today. Today I didn't take any trade because the setup was not there. But yesterday, in my Saturday's weekly recap that I'm going to link right now in the upper right corner, if you didn't check that out, please do so because those videos are pretty damn interesting. I told you about this golden pocket rejection from Friday. And I told you, this is my level for being bearish and bullish, and this is certainly a possibility to the downside. So now that today we tapped again the liquidity from Friday and we quickly rejected without any news, it's just price action. If we go to the 1 minute, we dumped, we tapped 2 times, we rejected this zone, and then we've been doing lower highs with a nasty rejection here on an inverse fair value gap. So we are right now, honestly, we are still super bearish. This move on Friday, this move today, with a lot of volatility, Powell speaking, I mean, the best opportunity for us, most probably will be tomorrow. I'm going to throw the towel today. I want to see how the market closes today. So I'm going to sit tight and watch the price action to see if we are going to basically reclaim this zone of 20,700 and attack this 15-minute fair value gap up here, which is no longer on discount from this range in which I have the Fibonacci here. That would mean that basically we are going to continue higher, most probably. That would be my setup. And if not, I'm watching to this low. This low, if we break this low and reject and continue lower below the NFP candle and below 20,500 psychological level, today is no more. and most probably will continue to be bearish towards Friday, which is, by the way, a big options expiration Friday. So right now, Bitcoin is pushing, dollar, it's basically flat, it's 0.06, chopping around, yields are mixed sentiment, but one of the most important things that I always cover, the inverted yield curve, it's flying. Look at this move. Today in the green, 16% in the inverted yield curve. And more, we are approaching an inversion, which is going to be pretty damn concerning for the bulls. Remember that. Tesla, 5% on the day. Big squeeze, squeezing these guys that were too short. Apple, 2%, quite strong, but since noon, it's not progressing. We gapped up and we held a 2% gap. Nvidia is the one dragging this market down. It's basically lower highs, lower lows, trending lower, and banks are pretty damn good. And this is pushing the ES and the small caps to new highs, 1.52. We were basically pushing and pushing and pushing until now, which Powell is deflating a little bit. But on the daily, I mean, this is a pretty damn strong push on the small caps, 1.50. And talking about small caps, the breadth is continuing improving. Look at this move on the percentage of stocks above the 20-day moving average, 80%. Huge momentum, huge trend, 63% of stocks above the 50 moving average. And finally, for the long-term investors, we are really seeing a rotation into small caps and into lower cap businesses. 61%, 62% of stocks are above the 200 moving average. This is a big rally in the rest of the market. It's no longer concentrated in the Nasdaq. We are seeing the Nasdaq suffering. If we see the continuous chart, we are seeing 2 rejection candles. These are concerning because then most probably the setup is going to be lower towards 20,000 at this point of control with a lot of volume. So be careful because the volatility is extreme. Trump during the weekend had a lot of news and that was quite surprising, and the markets are still trying to digest that. And also, Fed Powell is still speaking. It's still speaking. And for example, right now, he said, we would be happy to have more upside surprises for economy. Obviously, that would be great, but what about rate cuts? What about all this information that's still pending? So we will have to wait and see. Patience, discipline, risk management are key for your success. And that's all from my side. As always, thank you for your time. If you found this video useful, please give it a like, subscribe to the channel, because I upload videos like this one every single day for market forecasts, market updates, and market recaps. I appreciate your time as always. The trading day is not over yet. We had a pretty nasty rejection. Look at this 1 hour. I mean, these are the levels that are basically being rejected, and looks like bears are trying to take control of this market. And I would say that they are starting to look like they are doing a pretty nice job. So be careful for this kind of sell-off into 20,500. That would be pretty dangerous. So be patient, be disciplined, manage your risk, stay safe, and see you tomorrow.